My name is Mazzy Dice, and I was our crafts leader this summer.
My name is Zephyr Martinez, and I have been the camp naturalist this summer.
My name is Lincoln. I was a counselor, and earlier in the summer I was also working as a lifeguard.
My name's Haley. I was a counselor this summer.
My name's Owen. I worked as a site support person, which means I do things like I run the climbing wall, I run archery, I'll run different activities just wherever they need me. And if we run out of other staff, I also counsel some cabins, which is pretty fun.
My name's Lily. I'm a counselor this summer.
My name's Gunnar, and I was a counselor and also site support this summer here at camp.
My favorite meal line camp song is The Princess Pad, because that's kind of been my song this summer, and I feel like I'm kind of the Princess Pad.
Hail Lutherwood would probably be one of my favorites.
The song is called Whittle, WTL.
Oh gosh, Tarzan. Or Boogie Woogie Washerwoman. Song's a good one.
Overflow. Just 'cause it's really nice and peaceful.
I think that's what camp is for, is it's these people who are just gonna love you and be excited that you're here and wanna play with you and swim with you and sing with you and like sit quietly with you and just hear what you're thinking and what's going on in your life without judgment. And you get only a week of that, but I know for me, a week was enough to carry me through the rest of my year. So I always had camp to come back to.
Just having a support system outside of your family makes a huge difference for some of these kids, because a lot of them come from homes, I mean, no one has a perfect home, but a lot of these kids come from places that are really just not the best. And so being able to come and eat dinner with a group of people that you're spending the whole week with and feeling supported and being able to go out of your comfort zone and getting affirmed that that's okay is like hugely important.
When I had a cabin and they weren't the best of friends, they tolerated each other, but they were just like campers who happened to live in the same space. And then we were doing an activity and they all just meshed together and they were working together, and it was so much fun to see.
They become more outgoing. The first couple days are a little more quiet, but then by the end, they're all best friends with each other, exchanging phone numbers, crying at the end when they don't want to leave. I think also hearing from other staff that have been here before, like how the campers that they saw last year are different now. I had a camper that was supposed to be difficult, but she was fine. And I think that that's really amazing that in 1 year she completely turned around and had a great time.
One of our themes this summer is that you are loved by God, and that also includes like loving yourself and loving others, because we're all reflections of God, which is our Monday theme, so it leads up to that. And we just had this like sit down conversation out in the craft shed while we were working on a project that was like what was going on in their lives, what was going on in their homes, how they're maybe not feeling as supported at home as they would like to feel. And I got to just be an adult who was gonna listen and go, that sounds really hard. Tell me more about that. Like, I care about this. I care that that's happening to you. Let's acknowledge that. And I think for them, that was a moment of like building trust. And then for the rest of the week, they would come to me with smaller things than that, but since we had that big conversation, I felt like we got to really connect.
It's definitely just a place that most kids need, even if they don't really think about it, because like it definitely would have helped me when I was younger, because just being able to be part of a community, even though like cleaning, action time, like doing all of the hard stuff is still okay because you're doing it with your cabin, and it's building that kind of community.
I had a kid who had never been to camp before. He was terrified. He was homesick. He was throwing up with how homesick he was. And this was the first week of campers. I'm like, wow. But I got to see him again this year, and he was all smiles. He was excited to see me. He was excited to be back at camp, and it was cool to see like I had that kind of impact on that kid. And it could have been camp as a whole, but to see like that impact on just that kid alone was really cool, and it showed me how much value camp has for these kids.